Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Rick Wallace dropping in on you. First of all, I want to apologize for the ambient noise and the quality of the video I did on yesterday while I was in Starbucks. I tried to come to the office to do it, but it was a holiday here at the office, so they didn't have the unit on, and it was extremely hot. I mean, within a couple of minutes of being in here, I was already sweating, so I knew I wasn't going to be able to do that, but it was something on my mind that I really wanted to get off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and I'm going to share it with you wholly and newly today, because I think it's something so important that you need to hear this message. I think that it is something that can truly help you move into a different place in your life and to get results that are meaningful, relevant, and lasting. So I am going to redo it in the office without all of the ambient background noise that comes with being in a place like Starbucks. And once again, I apologize. The title of this video is Your Thoughts Either Feeding Your Faith or Your Fear. You have to learn to master your thoughts. Before I get started on this, I want to point out the fact that I am offering something I think is extremely special. I try to do something every video to offer something that's not normal, that is definitely packed with value, that people who are serious about making change will see the value in. And I've been doing a lot of play with my flagship packages from bronze to platinum. But what I'm going to do today is for anybody who wants to work with me in multiple sessions, but may not be able to afford the bronze through the platinum, I am going to gift you 4 additional packages if you purchase my rapid change breakthrough session. It's a one session cost of $350. But if you do it today, I am going to give you an additional 4 sessions. So that's a total of 5 sessions for the price of one. And you get to work with yours truly. We are going to do a DISC assessment. We're going to do a personality assessment. We're going to do goal assessment. And we're going to evaluate where you are compared to where you're going. We're going to develop a plan to get there. And we're going to deal with some of the inhibiting factors mentally, emotionally, and psychologically that have been stopping you from making the moves that you need to make. That's what rapid change breakthrough sessions do. But this time you're going to get 5 instead of 1. That's the offer to you. The link is in the description box. Go ahead and make that move. The offer is only for today. I made it yesterday, but that video is so horrible, people probably tuned in and immediately tuned out on it. So I'm making it again today. It's for today only. It's the end of the month. So go ahead, take advantage of that. So let's talk about it. In my 21st book, I Am, which was subtitled The Power of Personal Declarations, I talk about the importance of our thought processes. I talk about, scriptures like in Proverbs, as a man thinks, so is he. And I talked about the importance of our thoughts and how they impact our behavior, and especially on a subconscious level. Subconsciously, the thoughts and cognitions that develop underneath the surface control 96% of our behavior. So how we develop and build what's underneath is what really truly gets us there. Consciously, we can exert our will for about 4% of our outcomes. We can will ourselves to do it. Just say, I'm gonna wake up every day. But eventually there has to be a habitual thought process that is deep enough to work from the soul. That's why the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. What it's actually saying is based off of ancient Greece. When it says cardia, what it's not talking about the physiological heart. It's talking about the center of the soul, which is the subconscious. And it's telling you, out of the abundance of the subconscious, the mouth speaks. So your self-talk also comes from your thought process. But here's the thing. When you don't know how to manage your thoughts can take a path that cascade into everything from fear, anxiety, to depression, and even suicidal ideation. And it's all because of the inability to feed your mind what it needs in order to produce the thoughts that are conducive to you having what you're having. See, your thoughts are going to either feed your faith or your fear. Your thoughts are either going to align with what you say you believe or what you fear. And it's going to be based off of a habit of how you look at things. If you have a tendency to see the worst in things, then your thoughts are going to tend to take you to dark places. Your thoughts are going to tend to disrupt any idea or notion of doing something remarkable or exceptional. Your thoughts will begin to consult your past to get permission to change your future. And tell me how that works. That's not going to work, because if you're looking for a different future, the one thing you can't do is consult your past, because your past would have given you the future you're looking for if it had already happened. So the fact that you are looking for a new future says your past hasn't given you what you wanted at some level. So you can't consult your past to get permission to change your future. What you have to do is actually consult your imagination, consult what you believe about your life, consult. And if you're not believing the good things, then you've got to develop a new thought process. You got to develop a new idea. You got to create a pattern of positive thought that is looking for the solution instead of focusing on the problem. That's the difference between people who get on and people who get off in this world, is that some people are focused on the problem. Whatever you focus on, you feel. Whatever you focus on, you feel. So if I'm focused on the problem begins to become larger and larger. It becomes more emphatic, more impactful, and eventually it becomes so large that I cannot see how I'm going to overcome it, and I start to succumb to it. I start to acquiesce to the notion of it, and then eventually I surrender to it, and then I move from momentary pain to long-term suffering because of my thought processes. You're going to have to understand that in order for you to have something greater, you got to change your approach to how you think about life. You got to shift paradigms, the lens through which you view life. You got to change your self-image, how you view yourself in the world, and how you see yourself operating in the world, how the world impacts you, how you feel you impact the world. That has to change. But it begins in the thoughts. You've heard it over and over again. Change your thinking, change your life. But here's the problem. Most people don't know where to start. And that's why I get a kick out of taking people down a path of intellectual, mental, emotional, and spiritual evolution. It is simply an organic process. God designed the brain for evolution in thought. God designed. There used to be a time that the belief was by the time you reach 5 years old to 7 years old, you were hardwired in your personality. And the truth of the matter is you're not. You're not hardwired in your personality. That's this thing called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity tells me that I can introduce a new idea, a new thought, and I create a new neurosynaptic connection that the more I visit it, the more I think about it, the stronger it gets. And if it's opposing an existing idea or belief, the more I visit it, the stronger it gets and the weaker the other synaptic connection gets. And then it will categorize itself automatically to everything associated with it. So if it's a belief about money, I come up with a new belief about money. It associates with everything that has to do with finance. Just automatically, the brain does it. All I have to do is introduce a new thought and then feed that thought by visiting it or introducing new thoughts that align with it, and unbelievable things happen. So in that sense, that's what I want you to focus on. You have to change the mental diet that you're consuming. You have to change what you're constantly feeding your mind if you want to change your thinking, if you want to change your subconscious interactions, your cognitions. You have to be aware. That's why the Bible says that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty in God for the pulling down of strongholds, casting down arguments and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, bringing every what? You hear me say this a lot because it is the thing that I have hung my hat on. Bringing every what? Thought into captivity. Bringing what? Every thought into captivity. Bringing what? Every thought into captivity. You've got to capture any thought that's moving against what you're speaking for your life, what you're believing for your life. You got to push it aside and replace it with an opposing thought that lines up with what you're saying you're going to do with your life. You got to consistently do this daily. You got to do it until it becomes a habit, until it's automatic. The moment a negative thought pops, you say, oh, no, we're not doing that. And you come up and say, this is what we're believing today. This is what we're speaking today. This is what we're standing on today. And then you move into it. Man, I'm telling you, I would love to help as many people. It's a process. It's what I do with my clients. If you're coming in, your thoughts off, we can't get anywhere until we get your thinking right. You know, I have thoughts, people that come in that their thinking's on, they just still want to go to another level and they come in. But I have a lot of people who come in the first place we've got to start is realigning your thinking. Well, whatever you do, you got to change it. Whether you're going to do it yourself, whether you're going to work with someone else, or you're going to work with me. I think that this offer that I'm making today is a great opportunity to do that. Look, go in the description box, purchase one rapid change breakthrough session and get a total of 5. That's only for today. We're closing out the month strong. I'm looking forward to seeing you. I want to work with you. Let's make it happen. On that note, I'm out of here. You guys have an unbelievable day.